The United States of America is one of the largest countries in the world with 50 states. America is located between Canada and Mexico on the North American continent. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west. Apart from that, it includes many islands including Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean and many other areas including Alaska above Canada in the northwest part of the continent. The 50 states of America have separate state governments and all of these states are tied to the US central government. Since the founding of the United States in 1776 by the then 13 colonies under British rule, the number of states has expanded from 13 to 50. On March 12, 1959, the United States Congress approved the admission of Hawaii as the 50th state of the United States, making Hawaii the last state to join the country. Alaska is the largest state in the country and Rhode Island is the smallest. Although Alaska is the largest state in America today, it originally belonged to the Russian Empire. In 1867, Russia sold Alaska to America for a very low price of $7.2 million US. In addition to the 50 states, the United States also has 14 territories. These areas are spread across the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. It is also important to notice that Washington DC, the capital of America, is not located in any of the 50 states of the country. It is located in the District of Columbia, and the DC in the Washington DC stands for the District of Columbia. With all these states' administrative territories and the area belonging to the District of Columbia combined, the total land area of the United States is about 9.83 million square kilometers. Accordingly, the United States of America ranks third among the largest countries in the world after Russia and Canada. With a coastline of 19,924 kilometers, it ranks 8th among the countries with the longest coastline. In terms of population, the United States again ranks third among the countries, but its population is much lower than China and India, which have more than 1 billion people each. The estimated population of the United States by 2022 exceeds 332 million. Because of its size, America has a wide variety of landscapes, climates and wildlife. The United States is home to many endemic animal and plant species found nowhere else on Earth. Large part of the country with the most unique native wildlife have been protected as national parks. In 2013, the United States had more than 6,770 national parks and protected areas. The country's first national park was Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, established in 1872. Yellowstone National Park is located near Yellowstone supervolcano, one of the largest volcanoes in the world. The Yellowstone supervolcano is thousands of times more powerful than a normal volcano. If this volcano erupts, the entire North American continent will have to face its negative consequences. In addition, the United States is constantly affected by hurricanes, tornadoes and earthquakes. The highest earthquake hazards in the United States are reported from the western part of the country and the areas around Alaska. America's strong economy has made it a world power. Today, the United States has become the country with the largest national economy in the world. According to official data from the World Bank, the GDP of the United States in 2021 was about 23 trillion US. The top US exports are refined petroleum, crude oil, cars, integrated circuits and petroleum gas. The US exports mainly to Canada, followed by China, Mexico, Japan and Germany. The top US imports are automobiles, computers, packaged pharmaceuticals, broadcasting equipment and crude oil. The US imports mainly from China, Mexico, Canada, Germany and Japan. The tourism industry also provides a strong support to America's economy. Millions of international tourists visit the country every year. Many foreigners come to the United States to visit the country's nature, cities, historical sites and entertainment venues. Major US cities such as New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington DC and San Francisco have attracted many tourists since the 1890s. Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the United States. In addition, Niagara Falls, the Statue of Liberty in New York, Disneyland, Hawaii Islands, Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, Kennedy Space Center in Florida, Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco and Las Vegas are most prominent places that attract tourists. The culture of the United States is primarily Western and European, but the country's culture also includes Asian, African, Latin American and Native American cultures. Migration to the United States is also taking place from other countries, including European migration on a large scale. There is no official language in the United States, but English is the main language used in the country. Apart from English, Spanish is widely used in the country. It is the second most spoken language in the United States. When talking about the culture of the United States of America, we must also talk about art. American music styles such as jazz, blues, rock and roll, techno, hip-hop are very famous in the world. Whitney Houston, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, Elvis Presley are hugely popular American singers. Like music, American cinema, also known as Hollywood, has had a major impact on the global film industry since the early 20th century. As of 2017, the US has become the third largest producer of films after India and China, releasing an average of more than 600 English language films each year. Many of the world's leading film production companies such as Universal Pictures, Paramount Pictures, Warner Bros., Walt Disney Pictures and Columbia Pictures are located in the United States of America. Due to the country's size, large population and native and immigrant influences, the cuisine of the United States is extremely diverse. Apple pie, donuts, fried chicken, pizza, hamburgers, pasta and macaroni and hot dogs are the main foods eaten by the locals. America is the home of restaurant chains like KFC, McDonald's, Starbucks, Domino's and Pizza Hut. Transportation in the United States is by road, air, rail and water. Most of the time, people of the country are used to transport between the states by air and train. The United States is the leading country in the world when it comes to space exploration. As we all know, the country's space program and space research are carried out through NASA. The Apollo 11 mission, which was successfully carried out in the 1960s, was a great achievement of NASA. There, the American Neil Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon. NASA is collaborating with other space agencies such as Canadian Space Agency and the European Space Agency to carry out space projects. The United States of America is also the leading country in the world in sports as well. If we consider the performances shown throughout history in the Olympic Games, it can be concluded that the Americans are way ahead of other countries in sports. With the achievements of the 2020 Olympic Games, the United States has become the country that has won the most Olympic medals in history by winning 2,629 medals, including 1,060 gold medals in the Summer Olympic Games and 330 medals including 113 gold medals in the Winter Olympic Games. The country has won the most medals in athletics and swimming at the Olympic Games. The US has hosted the Summer Olympic Games and Winter Olympic Games 4 times each. The 2028 Olympic Games will be held there as well. The American city of Los Angeles is all set to host the games this time. Sports such as baseball, ice hockey, basketball, American football and tennis are very popular in America. The country's main identity is its national flag. At the top of the flag, there are 50 stars in the blue rectangular background. The stripes of the flag represent the original 13 colonies and the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The President of the United States is the head of the state and head of the government. The President is elected by the American people for a term of 4 years. George Washington became the country's first president in 1789. Barack Obama was the first black president of the United States.